Grammy Award-winning reggae artist Gramps Morgan and Scottish-born multi-platinum recording artist producer Johnny Reid met accidentally at a Nashville sporting event. Neither envisioned their partnership might lead them to a 2022 Grammy nomination for Best Reggae Album, Positive Vibration. Welcome to the Tanya Mullings Show here on G98.7. My good friend Gramps Morgan.
Good morning. How are you, Tanya?
I'm good. How are you, Gramps?
I'm so proud of you.
Are
that
you?
was a great introduction.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I got a little nervous there because I know we're good friends and you're one of those persons that are behind me 100%, always pushing me to do better, and I have much respect for you. I think you do that for a lot of us artists out there. You're always supporting everybody, and I love you for that.
Oh, man, we have to do our job in building the next generation. Other than that, it makes us selfish, you know?
Exactly. You are so right. Well, listen to this. Let me say something first, because I know you personally for a long time. My listeners, Gramps Morgan right here online with me. We've been friends with the family. I've been friends since 1989. We go way back. And I know Gramps, with that voice, you hear it. He's always had a love for country music. And finally, it's happening.
Yeah, it's when you see long-lasting relationships last, you know it's divine. It has a divine purpose. And it's like, I'll never forget when we met at Bobby Digital Studio again, and then we met years before that in Reggae Sunsplash, and then we've just become friends. I know your kids, and it's the same thing with this new album, Positive Vibration. It's like everybody that took, I met Johnny Reid, and we just became friends. I went to his studio, and, even the features on the album, it's my father, my son Jamiri, Indy Ari, Shaggy. These are all friends that I'm working on this project, and I'm like, hey, you want to do a feature? And it was just really a genuine, fun project. It wasn't like, oh, let's do an album, man. Let's try to get a lot and sell a lot of records. It wasn't that kind of thing. It was just genuine fun.
Yes, and I have to big up Johnny Reid because, even though he's Scottish-born, he is from B-Town, where I'm from, and big respect to him. He has a star on the Walk of Fame downtown Brampton. So big up Johnny Reid if you got it tuned in. Enough respect to you all the time, and I love the connection with Gramps. And it's all family, So,
yeah, man.
Tell me, how does it feel? 2022 Grammy nomination, Best Reggae Recording, Positive Vibration. Hello.
Oh, man, it is an incredible, incredible feeling. When you walk into the studio at the Soul Train studio in Nashville, Tennessee, there's a feeling that comes over you of trying to bring your best, because Soul Train studios provide, an energy of professionalism in everyone's trying to bring their best. The guy that brings in my tea, Kyle, in the morning and prints out the lyric sheet after me and Johnny works on the lyrics, and then you got Corky, the engineer. It's just a sign to remind you to be pure and bring the most honest version of yourself into the writing room or the studio. And this album is a true reflection of where I find myself standing today. And it also reflects all the incredibly talented people from Toronto, Canada, musicians, Jamaica, and, these musicians from Ziggy Marley band, Stephen Marley, Shaggy's band, his drummer, my bass player. So it's a mix of amazing musicians from Toronto, Kingston, Jamaica, and Nashville, Tennessee. So it's a reflection of some really incredibly talented people who I was fortunate enough to work with as Gramps Morgan.
Okay, I'm going to put you on the spot. What's your favorite song on the album?
It's different songs for different times, When you listen to a song like If You're Looking For Me, it's that song like we all have a time when you want to get away from the kids. The baby's screaming, or the daddy's working and been traveling all the time, and they come home and the baby's screaming, Or there's a time when you're just tired and you want to go on a vacation. And this is that song that is the soundtrack to let you know, hey, man, I'm going to hang a sign on my door that says, worry, don't live here no more.
Yes.
So it's just a song that really where I'm in my life, that I really got a chance to reflect, Tanya, and say, okay, let me enjoy family. Let me enjoy my brothers and sisters that has always been like, yo, you guys always on tour.
Yeah.
I've really got a chance to enjoy all of that now. And, we come up with our own rum line, me, Mojo, and Peter. And we just said, like, we're not drinkers. We're not drinkers, right? But we see a void where there's not, and people consume alcohol whether we like it or not.
Yeah.
But we jumped into this business and gotten to a point where, okay, let's have to use this time to create all these different ventures. Of course, I got my jerk sauce, so we want to become entrepreneurs and show the kids not everyone has to sing and be a basketball player or a soccer player. If you have the talent, then go for it. But reach for the skies, as much things that you can possibly do and focus on, and give all of them equal amounts of time to be successful.
Yes, I saw you on your IG making this sorrel, and you only put a little bit in there, of course, because you're not the drinker. And I got to touch on, you left out Gramps Farms. Let's touch on that a little bit.
Yes. Well, Gramps Farms is my jerk sauce. We'll be reviving that back in 2022. Of course, the pandemic had changed and mashed up everything for everybody. So we're at a point where everything is going to be reset. So I implore everybody, now is the time to live your dreams. Now is the time to research what the future is going to be like, because I heard somebody say the other day, Tanya, I can't wait till things go back to normal. That is the wrong mindset.
Yes.
If we Caribbean people have that mindset, we're going to be in trouble. So we have to be in the mindset that things are going forward and we need to prepare what is coming in the future, because things will never go back to normal.
Yes, and of course, this album, Positive Vibration, came about because of the pandemic. You got to do your thing and get this out there. But again, I want to touch on what you talked about, being on the road and not being able to be there for family like you want to. And I hope you don't mind, Gramps. I just want to talk a little about your precious son and what you and your wife, the miracle. Just have to.
Yeah, well, year in 2016, I had I didn't have the son. She had the son.
It's yours too.
I was blessed with a little boy that was having uncontrollable seizures. And, long story short, after seeing him being on so many different medications, she said she was going to create something for him, because she's a doctor by trade and scientist, not a medical doctor, but a doctor of her profession. And she created something for him in the laboratory that shocked the world. I end up in Forbes magazine 4 times being mentioned, not because of music, but because of this amazing product that helps epilepsy. I mean, I may say a disclaimer, this is not to treat or anything, any kind of physical ailments, but she made something that really helped my son and changed the world. And she also helps a lot of other family members and friends, and the product is called Messiah. It's Messiah CBD. And this CBD is like no other in the world, which that will be a whole other interview.
Yes, but I had to touch on that. I had to.
Oh, yeah, but it's an amazing product, man. Messiah CBD. Check it out, guys. It's really something.
Yes, and again, to my listeners, go get the album. It's 2022 Grammy-nominated Positive Vibration. And of course, we got to shout out all the other nominees. We're all like family. You know that. And I'm so proud, I have to say, there's 2 females in there doing their thing. And again, you encourage all of us, and I give enough respect to you. And I got to put it out there. If he wasn't doing music, he would have been on the football field, okay? Gramps Morgan would have been a football player, but his heart went with the music. So big respect to you. I got to send a shout out to the entire Morgan family, of course. Daddy Denroy, big up yourself.
Absolutely.
Every time. Peter, Una Morgan, and Mojo Lukes, love you guys to pieces. You know that.
Yes, man, it's a jive, man. And shout out to your entire family. And was to Carl Mullings forever,
Yes.
And I implore to people, Tanya, during this time, let's keep it positive. Let's continue to share this energy. We're in the holiday season, and just take care of each other. Reach out to a family member you haven't heard from in a while. Don't wait for things to happen that's dreadful for us to give each other our flowers. So I just want to share that with the people of Canada,
Yes, and again, big up yourself. I want to ask you one last question before you
Oh,
introduce the
please
song
take the
going
time.
out. What's your
Take the
most
time.
memorable moment?
As a performer, live, or which one? Or I have
Anything,
so many.
anything. I know you have so many, but one that stood out to you.
I would say one of my biggest ones is performing with my brothers and sister Morgan Heritage in New Caledonia, and not an LMS. Um, it's a country off the coast of Australia where they had to sneak us in the country because of almost 5,000 people showed up at the airport to see us, and it was based on a song that had took off in the country. Like the song just blew up, and people were like, "Oh, how did they find out about the song?" The song was a huge hit, and the population of that country is 300,000 plus, a little bit like 305,000 people. And when
Wow.
we showed up, 33,000 people end up coming to the concert. So that's more than 10% of our population, which is mind blowing. Just imagine that there's 300 million people in the United States, and if you get 10% of that, that's 30 million people at a concert, that's rare. You're not going to see that probably again in history.
Wow. Nice, nice, nice. And of course, I got to slide in there. I hope you get back out there on tour, COVID and all, and support, get to push out this album. But I have to mention that you toured with India Irie and John Legend, of course. And you've been on stage with almost everybody. We need another interview for that as well. Gramps, enough respect always. And I need you to introduce the song People Like You.
This song is dedicated to everyone, to all the grandmothers, all the aunties, everyone that you know is important in your life, everyone that you know, everyone that is close to you. This is a song that really helps you to reflect, dedicate, and appreciate the people that surround you. So this one is called People Like You.
Thank you, Gramps, so much for tuning in and calling in. Enough respect always. Take care.
Thank you so much, Tanya.
Love and
Bye-bye.
respect every time. Bless up.